You're listening to the SMH podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the SMH podcast, episode number 6. My name is Jacob.
And my name is John.
And we're the
McGrath brothers.
Yeah. Today, we have a guest. And that guest is climate change. Climate change is coming up right behind us, and we can't see him. We were supposed to have a guest today, but that guest isn't here right now.
No.
So we replaced that guest with climate change.
Yeah.
Because climate change is an important issue.
Yeah, Jacob, do you think climate change actually exists?
No, climate change isn't real.
Why not?
Because New York isn't going underwater.
I have a tree on my front yard, and my house hasn't burned down yet.
Oh, well, I guess that sounds like pretty soundproof to me.
Yeah, it does.
It actually changes my mind. Climate change is very real. A lot of exciting things have happened in the climate change community. I don't know. I don't know if it's a community, but so our boy Bill Nye, the science guy, made a video about climate change, and he's like, "Oh, safety goggles on. The world is heating up. The world is going up in the next century 4 to 8 degrees. You're not hecking kids anymore." Except he didn't say hecking. He said the other word that is inappropriate.
What's the F word?
Yeah. And
yeah,
and he was like, "I don't care about your childhood. You're adults now, and you need to focus on climate change." And then he's like, "The world's on fire." And then he took a globe and he lit it on fire. And then he was like, "Safety goggles off, mother heckers." Except he didn't say heck. He said the other word that was bad. And, I mean, the video, I understand the point of the video, but that doesn't make me care about climate change in the lightest.
Yep. How long ago was that video made by Bill Nye?
Earlier this week.
Oh, wow,
week?
That's recent.
Yeah.
He's still around? I thought he was, done.
No, he has, his own TV show on Netflix.
Oh.
I think so. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he does. Anyways, I mean, the video, how is that convincing? That in the next century, so, from 2020 to, 2100, right?
Yeah, I'll be dead by then.
Yeah, it's going, the average temperature is going up to 4 to 8 degrees. Now, I don't know about you, but I live in Canada, and the temperature going up 4 to 8 degrees, really? Just sounds like a positive to me.
Except for the polar bears, so that's really bad. Polar bears.
But, I don't know any polar bears.
But they're up there, though. They're up there.
I really shouldn't be saying this stuff, but I really couldn't care less about, my grandchildren, because I don't know them. I haven't met my grandchildren.
Oh, my God. Yeah, they're going to watch these podcasts, and they're like, oh, my God.
Yeah, he hates us.
I
don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. It's not my problem. It's the government's problem and big businesses' problems.
Okay.
Big companies. Companies are like, "Oh yeah, stop climate change," as they go and pump a bunch of emissions that are destroying the ozone layer, because big companies don't care about climate change because the people who own those big companies are going to be dead when it starts having effects on us.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be dead. Let's say it goes up 4 degrees. What's the temperature right now? The temperature right now is, let's see here. The temperature right now is 13 degrees, okay? If it goes up, let's say 4 to 8, let's say 6 degrees, it'd be 19 degrees right now.
Holy cow.
100 years from now. That'd be dope. I'm dead, but let's say it goes up 2 degrees, right? While I'm at 40 years old, right? it being 15 degrees is like dope. 2 degrees warmer, 3 degrees warmer when I'm alive. Doesn't sound like a bad thing. It's quite cold here. I would love for the...
Dead.
Like, I understand if you live in, like, I don't know, like, Los Angeles, and, like, you're, like, 6 years old, and you're going to be alive to see the 8 degrees increase, right? And it's already, like, 35 degrees there, and it goes up 8 degrees, and you guys can't go outside. But, so many people who live in hot places, that's your fault. Pick a different place to live, dummy. Am I right, John?
Oh my god. No, I'd.
You live in South America, stupid. Get up here in the north.
I know. But I get what you say about that. It's not our problem. But the problem with that is, I mean, it's very one-sided, Jacob. You got to think about the human race as a whole. Like,
yeah, but like,
how
honestly
do you
could
want?
care less about the human race if I'm not alive, right? I'm just chilling up in dog heaven.
Dog heaven.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I'm going to dog heaven, John. Dog
Why
heaven. Why am I going to dog heaven?
Yes.
It's because I'm going to hang out with my dogs.
Oh.
Like dogs
hang
as
out
in
with
my
us?
homies.
Not gonna hang out with your other homies, like maybe myself or Joey.
Yeah, Joey is the best guest for the SMH podcast, but he's not going to dog heaven with me. Anyways, climate change isn't real.
He's going to heaven. He's going to heaven with me with my family.
I see. I believe that climate change is real, but I don't care. Is that a good opinion, John?
I mean that is your opinion.
What's your opinion, John?
Okay,
Do you have
here's
a better
what I think.
opinion? Tell me you have a better
No.
opinion.
It's just my opinion. I mean, I do want to help out because I don't want to be remembered, badly when my children look upon me. I don't want to leave this. I don't want to leave this earth in a worse condition than when I came in.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Think about like our
Why does it not?
Think about our ancestors.
Yeah.
They went and stole the land from the natives.
Does that make it right?
No, but I don't care. Do you care that they stole the land from the natives? Does that reflect poorly on your image of them? No, because you don't know who they are.
I don't know who they are, no.
I'm sure your grandparents committed many war crimes in their days.
I can't control my grandparents. I can only control myself.
And do you care about the war crimes your grandparents committed?
I mean, there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing I can do.
I'm not saying that I like it. There's nothing I can do about it.
I see. But you're saying there is something you can do about climate change.
Well, I mean, I could drive a Tesla, which are very fast now. Like, those suckers accelerate insanely fast.
Can you afford a Tesla, John?
No, not right now. I've only got about, like, I don't know, $1,500 in my bank account.
Whoa. Balling out. $1,500. I wish I had $1,500 in my bank account.
No, you have like
wait. No.
From your fast food restaurant that it has no name.
Yeah, it has no name.
That sucks though. Anyways.
I don't have $4,000 in my bank account. But I wish I did, because that would make me more rich than I am right now. And that would be great, because I like money.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, today in tech class, we were kind of doing like a career search, and there's a lot of talk about money, right? And some teachers were like, it's not all about the money. But to be honest with you, I mean, it kind of is for right now. At least for me.
Why is it about the money?
I don't know. Like, it's hard not to think of it. Like I'm thinking of, like, if I'm thinking about going to a job, like, usually one of the first things I look at is the money.
Yeah, but I'm going to work at McDonald's for the rest of my life, right? Or any other fast food company.
There's no name. Yeah.
And I will not make a lot of money, but I will enjoy my time there, and that's what's important.
Yeah, but if you enjoy your time there, what about when you come home to your like $7 apartment per
No,
month?
because I'm gonna live in this nice house that I live in right now, because I'm living with my mom.
Oh,
And my mom's gonna buy me a car, and it's gonna be a nice car.
Tesla.
Perhaps. Stop climate change. There's more fun climate change news on the horizon. So, what is going on right now with climate change? John, do you know?
Oh,
In Kitchener-Waterloo area?
well, I know someone who is taking the issue into their own hands.
Wow. I have no idea what you're talking about, John. Would you care to enlighten me?
Okay, sure. Um, I know a girl, and Jacob, you actually know her as well. You
I
just
do?
probably can't remember.
Oh. Does she happen
Um,
to go to Cameron Heights Collegiate Institute?
oh yes. Her first name is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Rose. Yes.
And she has called on Canada to declare a national climate emergency.
Yes.
Sorry, John, you were going kind of slow there. I had to speed it up.
No, sure thing, boss. Sure thing.
And so she is a local in the Kitchener area, and
Oh yeah.
she has called on our boy, what's his name?
I think it's like Raj.
Raj Saini. Mr.
Saini?
Saini. Yeah, Mr. Saini, our boy.
Yeah, our MP.
Our MP. So she wrote him a letter, and she was like, "Yo, Mr. Saini, I need you to declare a national climate emergency in Canada." So unfortunately, Mr. Saini did not get back to her. that. Yeah, Mr. Saini kind of left her on red type of thing. Like left her on scene, on like Instagram, where somebody reads your message but doesn't respond.
Well, you know something crazy. I don't get that on my phone.
You don't get that on your phone for text messages or
No,
for
for
Instagram?
text messages.
Yeah,
For
well-
Instagram.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe it's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know how to get it.
But I feel like Mr. Raj Saini left her on red, but the good thing is she did get some local news coverage.
Oh yes.
CBC.ca wrote an article called "Kitchener Teen Calls on Canada to Declare National Climate Emergency." So they are going to vote on the motion next week. So we could actually be going into a national climate emergency. But they
Yeah,
did
they
have
could.
a vote before, and it didn't work. So
No.
I'm assuming it's not going to work again, because I don't think we really need a climate emergency. Because I feel like we have other stuff to worry about besides climate.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's great that people are getting involved in just things that they believe in right now, though. Like especially young people, man. It's good to see. I mean, I definitely couldn't go on CBC and give my opinion on this stuff. The only place I can give my opinion is on more famous coverage channels like our podcast.
Yes. And so she did a nice little interview with one of our boys at CBC News. He's not my boy, but I wish he was. So,
He seems a cool guy, actually. He seems pretty chill.
yeah, I went and gave
Did
it
you hear him?
Yeah,
He's nice.
I went and gave the full interview a listen, and it was interesting, right? So that's
Yeah.
what are the things that we learned about her here. I'm just taking a look at the article right now. She was talking about how like she's not gonna live to her 75th birthday because of climate change, and there's gonna be a bunch of natural disasters. Now,
I mean,
I'm
that
not
really
a
gonna
climate
happen?
expert, but I don't think we're gonna be hit with a bunch of natural disasters that'll wipe out the human race. And
Yeah.
because she's like 15, so 75 years, that's 60 years from now, right? So 60 years from now, I don't think that's gonna happen, because our boy Bill Nye, who is the science guy, she is not Elizabeth the science girl. Sorry, but you're not the science girl. And he said that the 4 to 8 degrees in the next century, right? That was the problem he talked about in terms of climate change, right? And that's what experts are saying, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So I don't know where she's getting this natural disaster stuff. And
Well, apparently
when
some
she's
people
70,
think.
wait, what was that, John?
Apparently, some people in the comments think she's fed this by liberals.
Ah, well, that's the interesting thing, because the liberals did shut this down, the whole climate emergency thing. The NDPs were the ones that brought it up, right?
Oh.
And the liberals shut this down. But it is a very liberal view, climate change is. Not like specifically like all liberals believe in climate change, but most do. And I'm sure that most conservatives believe in climate change, but I'm sure the care is more towards the left and less to the right. But I feel like the stuff she was saying, I'm not saying she's ill-informed, but I don't think she's got her facts straight. And that's why Mr. Saini didn't write her back.
Yeah. Although there's one thing though I heard that at the end of the interview, the interview asked her about older people, and he asked her basically about why they might think that we're just a teenager and we don't know what we're talking about. And I think she had a very good point on that. She talked about that it's important that we all listen to each other's opinion, no matter who we are or what age. I mean, we all are humans, and we all deserve to be listened to. And we should look at not only just our lives, but everyone else's lives as well.
Yeah, and I saw on the in that little question there, he said the question, and then she said a little funny answer, and like at the beginning, like before she went into detail, and he gave a nice little chuckle, and it was a very genuine experience that they shared. So I'd like to reincarnate that. So I want you to be the interviewer and ask me the question, John, so that they can get a feel for this genuine conversation between the interviewer.
Okay. What's the question?
The question is, why some old people don't care about young people's opinions.
Oh, okay. Is that question? Okay. So you know older people. Some older people may say that teens nowadays, or that young people, don't know what they're talking about. They're just too young to know. What do you say about that?
Well, I understand that like teens can be a bit moody. That's where you chuckled, John.
Yeah.
That's where the interviewer guy chuckled at her. Anyways, it doesn't matter. She went on saying that like kids care about what our parents care about what their kids think, right? Is that correct, John?
I mean.
No, I'm saying that's what she said.
Yes, that's what she said. Yes.
And she said that like their opinions will affect which is like true, right? Because like for like schooling and stuff, if your kids are complaining about schooling, right, and like the whole like Doug Ford thing, parents are gonna take that into consideration when they're voting.
Yeah, probably.
Like for example, my father, he isn't really informed with politics, and I feed him all of his information about politics. So like 90% of all information he has from politics, that's just me learning stuff and then sharing it with him. So he's got a very biased view that's very representative of my view.
My parents, they don't care about my opinion. They actually, I mean, I think they do care, I guess, but they don't let it change their own opinion.
Would you care sharing what political party either of your parents reside?
I have no idea. They don't tell me.
They don't tell you?
No, they don't tell me.
Is it like a secretive thing, or you just never asked?
Yeah, it's a secret thing. I've asked before, and they said no, we're not telling you.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I've absolutely no idea.
So you have no idea. That's interesting.
I'm pretty sure that they may not even tell each other.
Whoa. That's deep. That's probably a good
Yes.
idea because they don't want turmoil due to political differences.
Sure, sure. I mean, I don't see why that would really create too much turmoil. I mean, like,
John, what do you mean? Political differences is like the number one cause of turmoil in this world right now.
I know, and that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's so messy. Everyone's just talking and talking and talking, just screaming at each other. I'm like, man, people just gotta make peace, you know? Like
People
chill,
gotta
okay?
chill.
Yeah, it's like, hold on a second, you know? Like, you guys are yelling at each other. You're a liberal. You're a conservative. You're nothing. Like,
Libtard.
chill. Yeah, it's like, man, that's just a person, and that's just a person, and that's just a person, and they'll have their own opinion. So
Wow.
just like literally, it's a free country, man. Just chill out.
That's deep, John.
If you don't like Canada, man, go to the United States. Free country there too.
That's so deep, John.
But if you don't like the United States, man, just I don't know, go somewhere where it's not free, like North Korea.
Yeah, you don't have to think about any decisions there. They just make them for you.
No, they make them for you. And if you try to make your own decisions, well, we don't know what happens then.
I feel like here's my hypothesis, and I'm gonna kind of go into like a little bit of a conspiracy theory right now
Okay.
that I heard, and I'd like to share it with everybody because it's kind of interesting. So there's this. So I'll preface first.
Okay.
So you know, like back in the olden days, right, John?
Oh yeah, I know.
You know
I wasn't there.
Yeah,
I know. I wasn't. I'm familiar with the history though. Yes.
there was a lot less. I'm inferring. I just I wasn't there, but I'm inferring
Yeah.
from what I've heard and what I've learned throughout school and history that there was a lot less turmoil over political views back in the day. And here's my hypothesis as to why that is and what leads to my conspiracy theory. So, back in the olden days, right? There's lots of war, right?
Mhm.
World War One, World War Two, Korea, Vietnam, yada 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 yada,
Oh yeah, plenty of it.
and or even just like recently with like the Taliban and Osama bin Laden in the early 2000s there with 9/11, and people thought it's us versus them, right? That was the thing. Like it's us versus Germany, or it's us versus the Taliban, us versus
ISIS or whatever.
right?
Yeah.
But like ever since like 2016, where ISIS has kind of dipped off, the Taliban's like gone now, and there's no wars going on, right? Well, there's a bit going on in Iraq, but
Yeah.
nothing that people are really involved in or generally care about. Sorry, Iraq.
Or like talked about really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so that kind of just leaves us to argue amongst ourselves because it's got to be somebody versus somebody, right? So instead of it being like America in a whole or Canada in a whole, right, against the enemy, right?
Right.
We have to make enemies in our own country, right? So like liberal versus conservative, right? That's like the whole thing in like America right now is just the big Republican versus Democrat like feud because they don't have an enemy, both a common enemy, right?
Yeah.
So, here's to my conspiracy theory, right? So all the governments, like the United Nations, are going to unite and make a fake alien planet. Okay? Are you following?
Okay.
Are you following?
I mean, I don't. How would they? Wouldn't there be people that be working at NASA who would know this is not true?
John?
What? Go on. Go on.
We don't wanna
Go on with your theory.
We don't want to get caught up in the logistics, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Pretend NASA doesn't
I
exist.
suppose it's possible they
Okay,
could like
they make
cut
a
off
fake
loose ends.
alien planet, right?
Okay. Fair enough.
And the aliens are going to come and kill us, right? That's what the
Okay.
government's telling us.
All right.
And
Yo.
they're going to do that to unite the world, right?
Okay.
Because we'll all have a common enemy of the aliens.
Yeah, we'll
So
be
it
like,
won't
shoot
be
them.
worth like liberal versus conservatives or Canada versus Iraq or Taliban, ISIS, whatever, right? It'll be
Mhm.
the world versus the other world, the alien world.
Yeah, dude. World War III.
No, it'd be Universe World 3 or Milky Way.
Milky Way War One.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be, right? So like, that's just a conspiracy theory I heard. I don't think that's going to happen. But do you think that would unify the world, or would we still
Actually,
have?
if I were to forget about how that would be possible to actually create, if that actually was created, I honestly think that would 100%. I mean, we've lived this way for all of humanity, man. It's always been kind of like even when we were like dumb like monkeys, man. We all had our own tribes, right? It was basically we gotta fight over the food, man. It's your tribe versus my tribe. We're gonna see who wins. Um, but even now, though, uh, we're not. I wouldn't monkeys anymore. But now, though, that the same rules would still apply, though. I can feel it, man. When you talk about it, like you said, like the aliens want to kill us. I'm like, I'm gonna kill those aliens first.
Yeah, except the aliens don't exist, and it's just a ploy by the United Nations to
Yeah,
unify the world.
so we're just gonna send out atom bombs into the universe,
Yeah, but
which is gonna create shrapnel and
like you know how like it unifies like schools to have like a rival school. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, yeah. St. Mary's and Res.
What? No.
Wolf track and field. Yeah.
No.
Okay,
It's,
Cameron as well.
No,
But
it's St. Mary's versus Benny's.
oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, you
Okay,
see all the posters. It's like the rival fight.
oh yeah, yeah. They had that. I remember that last year, the football thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. What do they have? What do they call that?
I forget. Anyways, it was like the
It was
Eagles
something.
versus whatever.
It was something
Benny's
bowl.
was.
I
But
can't remember.
it unifies us, right? Because we're one.
Yeah, it's because we can see the enemy. Like we don't have to imagine it anymore. Like we're all on the same page now. Like this is bad. We all think that this time instead of us thinking, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Nah, dude, it's one enemy now,
I
and we all
remember.
can see it.
I remember in the 8th grade, right?
Yes.
When we went to the little grade 8 day at St. Mary's, right?
Mhm.
I felt like it unified our like school, like our class, right? Because normally it'd be like all of us versus each other, right? But now it's
Mhm.
all of us versus these other schools. Even though we're not versing them, it's like we gotta
Yeah.
stick together, you know?
Yeah. For sure. For sure. And now though, I think it. Actually, no. Never mind. In my classes, I do talk to a lot of the same people that go to our school, our old school, our grade school.
Yeah. How many percent of your friends are from your elementary school, John?
Like 75%.
That's a pretty good percentage.
Yeah.
I'd say mine's probably around 75%.
Yeah.
Because we had the same friends. Anyways, is there any last points you'd like to bring up in terms of SMH podcast episode number 6? Any topics?
No, not really. There's one though that I just found out a while ago because from my sister. It's about James Charles.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember she was talking about, oh, James Charles just can't. I'm sorry. Wait, no, he's canceled. Like no one's ever gonna watch him now. Like he's done. He's lost like 3 million subscribers overnight.
Yeah, but so much for that, because James Charles just went and made a video where he just went in. He went sicko mode, and now he's just basically gained all subscribers back. So.
Wow, that's kind of like the same thing that happened with the Sidemen, right? Did they like fight each other or something?
Oh yes, that was a long time ago. I do remember that.
That was a long time ago.
The KSI earthquake, like, hey, you're a fat fuck, Ethan.
Yeah, I remember coming home and watching their rap battles and stuff.
Yes, that was very epic.
That was epic.
So
I'd watch it. Yeah.
is there any final points that you'd like to say to the SMH podcast number 6 audience?
No, other than that, we really appreciate you guys listening to us. It's very nice that you spend time of your time listening to our voices.
Yeah, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. We've never said that
No,
before.
no, you don't have to do that.
Hit the subscribe button. You're legally obligated to hit the subscribe button. And I'm gonna do a bunch of like the crap that YouTubers do. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe
Smash
button.
the like button.
Smash the like button. Hit the notification bell. So you can get notified every time we upload a new podcast. If you've made it this far in the podcast, I don't know, leave a comment.
Saying
we love Graham Nichols.
yeah.
Comment we love Graham Nichols, or I love Graham Nichols. Comment I love Graham Nichols, because I want to rekindle the relationship I had with Graham Nichols, even though I've talked to him like 3 times. But
I don't even
we
think
had some bad blood last episode, but we forgive him for hating on the podcast. And hopefully he forgives us for repeatedly saying "fuck Graham Nichols."
Okay, it's more like forgive you, but
yeah. But we love Graham Nichols. Maybe he can come on the podcast. We should ask him.
No, we're not gonna ask him.
Yeah, because that was a problem in the first place. Because John kept asking.
No, I didn't. I swear. Okay, maybe like once that I can't remember, but I can't remember ever asking him it. I think I remember one time it got brought up in a conversation, but like I don't think I asked him about it. I think what I did is just tell him, "Oh, we have a podcast. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. It's pretty cool." And that was that. We stopped talking about that and started to move on about other things.
Well, anyways, shout out to Graham.
Yeah.
Graham Cracker. That's what I call him now. This concludes episode number 6 of the SMH podcast. My name is John.
My name is Jacob.
And we're the McGrath brothers.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye.
Yes. Hasta la vista.